Hi friends, this is Mainak Misra. Welcome back to my channel. And the film that I'll be discussing today with you is Joker by Todd Phillips. This film is based on the celebrated villain character Joker. I don't utter the word infamous, I say celebrated. Okay, celebrated villain character Joker, and it is not the it is directly not the film based on the character. It is original story. It is based on original story which has been written by Todd Phillips and Scott Silver. Okay, and the theme of this film is, you all know, and it is very much well known, that the theme is the how society treats the underprivileged, how society treats the downtrodden people, the subdued people. Okay, so when you treat a people, when you keep a person at bottom, he will retaliate. Okay, he will be changed into something else, maybe a monster, maybe not. Okay, so I will discuss later, a little later, about that, and I will explain you a little bit about the storyline and the main character. The main character is Arthur Fleck, or Joker, which is awesomely played by Joaquin Phoenix. And what a portrayal, what a depiction of the character. Okay, Arthur stays with his mother, his ailing mother. She is not totally physically fit. She is a little aged. Okay, and Arthur has a mental disorder, because earlier he must have got some injury on head. Because of that, and he gets regular medication from the government social services. He plays the part of clowns. He portrays clowns as part-time job to make his livelihood, and he actually aspires to be a stand-up comedian. So this is about Arthur. Okay. Now what happens, as I told you earlier, that how society treats this kind of people. Arthur doesn't do any harm to anybody, but he is not treated well. He is bitten by the criminals. His board is snatched, and he is on the ground, and his co-worker, who is Randall, he advises him to keep a gun for his own safety. One day, when he is playing as a clown in a hospital, his gun falls down, and Randall that time denies that he actually gave that gun to Arthur. Arthur is caught and he is fired from that job. While coming back in the subway on a train, three businessmen of Wen Enterprises, they beat him, and for his own safety he kills two of them, and he executes the third one. This killing is condemned by the mayor candidate Thomas Wen, and Arthur's act is celebrated across the neighborhood. In the Gotham City, where the riots are breaking out, there are class divisions between the rich and the poor. There is unemployment, and Arthur's act is celebrated or is seen by people as heroic. He becomes a hero. Now I will explain you what happens a little later. When one day he tries to play the clown character and as for his mental disorder, he is not able to portray well. He cannot stop his laugh. At odd times he laughs, and this thing is taken as a cliff on his comedy show by Franklin, Mr. Franklin, Murray Franklin, which is played by Robert De Niro. When Arthur sees that, he is extremely he is hurt. He is extremely hurt. He treats, or he deems Mr. Franklin as a hero, uh, but he is mocked by Mr. Franklin. Okay. So later on, what happens, I will tell a little later. Arthur's mother is Penny, who is bedridden, and who tells Arthur to check the mailbox every day. She expects letter from Thomas Wayne, and she subsequently reveals Arthur that Arthur is illegitimate son of Mr. Thomas Wayne. Arthur comes to the Thomas mansion, but he is ousted by the butler, and later on he confronts Mr. Wayne in a theater, and Mr. Wayne, Thomas Wayne, rejects his claim immediately. Then what happens? Arthur is invited as his cliff. His video goes goes kind of very noticed. People come to know about that. It becomes famous. Murray Franklin invites Arthur on his show. While coming to the show in the subway, Arthur is chased by the police personnel because he committed a crime. He killed the Wayne businessman, right? Wayne Enterprises businessman. But on the train there are many clowns. They have already dressed up like clowns, like Arthur. So the detectives are not able to catch Arthur, and they subsequently shoot a protester, and the detectives are beaten by the common people there. And you have to see that scene, the fantastic scene, when Arthur comes out of the train, and when he sees that the detectives are lying on the floor, he enjoys that. He dances a little bit, and then he appears on the show of Mr. Franklin. At first, when he comes on the show, people think that there will be jokes, so there is clapping, and it was expected as usual. But when people see that the mode is different, Arthur admits that he has murdered the 3 Wayne Enterprises businessmen. And when Mr. Franklin confronts Arthur, Arthur kills Mr. Franklin on the show, on the live show. People are terrified. And subsequently, Arthur is caught by the police. When he is being taken away by police, the common people snatch him from the policeman by striking an ambulance. And you have to see that scene. It is such a fantastic scene, where Arthur stretches his hands, he stands up, and he welcomes everybody, because by the time he has become a hero amongst the underprivileged people. When society mocks a certain group of people or a certain person, he turns out to be something else. I will say that Arthur didn't create the chaos, but society created Arthur by the chaos. Okay, and talking about the performance of Walking Phoenix, what should I say? You have already seen this fantastic performance. In every scene, in every shot, you will understand the acting, the piece of acting. I will say this is one of the most important and one of the most celebrated pieces of acting ever committed on celluloid. The background music is fantastic, haunting background music which justifies every scene, which was actually necessary for this kind of film, the portrayal of this film. But I do not consider this film as a psychological thriller. This is a character study. This is a character study of a person who is oppressed by the society and who turns out to be a psychopath, a killer. There are some negative reactions across the world that this kind of films actually instigate the violence. But films are a reflection of the society. If society is the mirror, films or an art form is reflection. So it is obvious that will be represented on all the art forms. I will request everybody to please see the film and see the brilliance of acting, the level of what can I say, the absolute brilliant piece of art that was committed on the celluloid. Todd Phillips has personally written the screenplay. This is fantastic cinematography. Each frame is fantastic. The music is haunting, and also this film has bagged 2 Academy Awards and Golden Globes for the Best Actor and Best Original Score. And the film was celebrated and is being celebrated, will be celebrated in the world for many years to come. Thank you so much. If you like this analysis, please subscribe to my channel, and until I make the next video, thank you so much for watching. Bye.